All right, hi guys. Okay, so this video is about announcements and the force protection status, both of which come from the MCOM sites, and only the MCOM sites. All right, so the first thing you need to know is that I've made a slide that's too big for you to see, so that's cool. But you can view your announcements in the browser. All you have to know is the link. And what this really says is home.army.mil.stewart.index.php/announcement_feed. So let me show you what that looks like. See if I can zoom in a little bit for here. But if you see up here, I've got stewart.index.php/announcement_feed. And if you wanted to view anybody else's, like, let's say Campbell, all you would do was replace Stewart with Campbell. Okay, so I've got Campbell right here, exact same URL, exact same feed. Okay, now there's a few things that I want to talk about with the announcement feed, but that was the first one. You can view anybody's. All right, now let's talk about how they're displayed. So when you first click on announcements, they're going to give you kind of like a preview, all right? First of all, you need to know that the Digital Garrison app will only display the first like 75 characters of an announcement title, and that's just to make it nice and clean. So like, for example, if this kept on going, you would just go ... Now, also in the list view, because this is the list of all of them, you're going to get the date and time created or modified. Remember how, if you create it, on May 23rd, but then you edit it on May 24th, the date there is going to say May 24th. All right. And then it'll display the first 175 characters. And if there's more than 175 characters in the body of your announcement, there'll be a little read more that they can click on and view it. They can also just click on the general area of the announcement and it'll show the details view. And then it also provides the user with the click here for more information. We'll go back to that in a second. Now also what you need to know is that there's two tabs up here. The recent and more announcements. The recent will display the first 5 announcements that you have in your RSS feed, okay? And then the more announcements will display everything else that's in your RSS feed. All right, anything else. Now, this is what I want to tell you. So, let's say you have, 100 announcements, right? Well, the only announcements that are going to be in the RSS feed are the ones that have been created or modified within the last 30 days, okay? So if I'm trying to find an announcement that I made in April, right, and I haven't modified it or anything like that, that means it's not going to be in the RSS feed. It's going to be in your website. It'll be in your Express objects and on your page, but it won't be in the RSS feed because the RSS feed only displays the 30 days. Okay, it's not like a number, it's like the 30 days. Okay, so that means that if you made an announcement more than 30 days ago and it's in your website, it's not in the Digital Garrison app, because the Digital Garrison app is pulling from this RSS feed. Okay, so there's no possible way that an announcement that's past 30 days will show up in the Digital Garrison app. Okay, so that's the point number 1. Okay, now let's talk about, there's the more announcements. If you're on the MCOM side, you're going to go to your dashboard, click on Express and then Announcements. You'll see them all. And that's where you made them, but I have made another video. If you guys, I'll put a link to that in like the comments or whatever it is. There's a lot of ways for you to use announcements. Another note that the more announcements doesn't show the body, okay? And you see how it starts to kind of cut off with that 75 characters? You see that a lot more in the list view. Okay, So let's talk about the details view. So this is the detail view when someone clicks on an announcement that they want to view. All right. So it's going to display everything. It's going to display the full title, the date and time modified, and the full body. Now, remember when I told you RSS feeds are really simple, okay? So I want you to remember that because they are so simple in the fact that you can't put anything cool in them. So, and by cool, I mean formatting. You can't like press enter and make something go to another line in the RSS feed. You don't have that choice. You also can't make something a link in the body. Okay, that's why there's another section for the click more information. So, for example, if I put a link in the body right here of the announcement, my user would not be able to click on that and go to it. They could like click it and copy and paste and all that kind of stuff, but that's not fun or good for anything. So you always want to put your links in that optional field, that optional link. And if you don't put a link there, it won't display. It won't display the click here for more information. But just so you know, that's why it's plain text. So let me see if I can find an example. I know some people have done it, but like here is the description, right? Okay, here's an example. Not trying to call out Fort Campbell right now, but this right here, this is wrong. This should not be in the description. This should be in the link, the optional link. Because as a user, if I go to the, oh no, wait, it's right here. So they put it twice. I got the link right here, okay? So they got it twice, which kind of takes up a lot of space. I wouldn't have done it that way. But I would have said, you know, click the link below for more information. But so just so you know, no one can click on that, all right? Let's see, what are the other things I want to talk about? I think that's it for announcements. Okay, so like I said, I have another video talking about the announcements and how to use them in your website. But let's jump to the FPCON status. And you probably don't know why I'm doing those in the same video yet, but you will notice at the very top of the RSS feed, you'll see this like header version, right? Now you see right here, description. No one sees this. Announcements feed for Fort Campbell. Then you see current force protection status FPCON Bravo, okay? So when you establish a FPCON status, it goes into the top of your announcements feed, okay? That's where you're going to find it. And if you haven't selected a force protection status, the app won't display anything, okay? You won't get that little blue box. So what you're going to do is if you want to set your force protection status, you're going to click on Dashboard, Express, then Installation, all right? And you'll see a little drop-down menu for the force protection status. So if I'm at Fort Stewart and I haven't selected anything yet, this blue box will not display, all right? And you have, these are the levels, normal, alpha, bravo, Charlie, delta. But like I said, you know, you can find it in the RSS feed. So right here, I have an example right here, but that's about it, guys. And that's all it does. Now, I will tell you that the announcements feed, as of May, when I left AFES, the announcements feed was resetting, like Digital Garrison app was going to grab more announcements every 4 hours. Okay, so every 4 hours, they would go grab a new one, all right? Now, I will also tell you that that caching, like them going in to get it every 4 hours, that's the reason if you publish an announcement and you don't see it in the Digital Garrison app, first, make sure your feed is good, okay? All right, Campbell's feed is up, it's good to go. Then you can probably assume that it's going to be within the next 4 hours of you making that announcement to when it's going to show up on the Digital Garrison app. I know that they were talking about shrinking that and decreasing that 4 hours so that you could have you know, your announcements show up a lot quicker. But just so you know, that's what it is right now. I've done things where I've been able to call the IT people and reset the cache in emergencies. For example, Fort Polk was having, I think it was a tornado or hurricane or something like that. And I was able to call the IT folks and say, hey, I need you to reset the cache for the announcements. So, because Fort Campbell's or Fort Polk has a lot of announcements that they need to show. But I will also say that if you can't get a hold of them, you know, using a push notification and then linking to your announcements page will also be good. Mostly because your announcements page, like the one on your actual website, is real time. It's going to show like right when you make it. So, all right, let me make sure I covered everything about announcements. You know how to change the link. It's the exact same way. You've got the details view, the optional link. Don't forget about the links in the body. That's a big one. Oh, and then the sorting. It will always sort the announcements by the most recent first. So, all right, I think that's it. Thanks, guys.